So I saw a Mike Rupert interview, well, listened to it. And he had, who's that guy, the Venus Project or whatever? Anyways, he said that the most common question he gets asked is, when is the system gonna collapse? You know, when is it gonna fall apart? And he had an interesting perspective on this, because he said that, well, you see, we've been in it. I mean, we've been in it for a long time, you know, the process has been chugging along, but what people mean when they ask that question is, when is it going to catastrophically affect me? When will I be homeless? When will I be starving? And that it's a very selfish question to ask. I thought this was really interesting. I've never really thought about it like this, because it's a question that I've pondered a long time, is when does the shit hit the fan? But it has for many people already, and it hasn't for a large majority of the people. And then they were talking about a colony of ants, and how you can go back in the fossil record, and like for hundreds of millions of years there's been ants, and they've survived all the devastating everything that nature's thrown at the globe, you know, or countless species have gone extinct. And it's because they have no sense of self. And I thought that was really interesting, because I've always said, you know, if humans were a colony of ants, we would take over the entire universe. Because you're working towards one common goal. Now, I think most people out there are good. They want to be good in their heart, you know. They want to do the right thing. They want to help people around them. But there's a very small majority of just evil scumbags. And they make it straight to the top. And when they get there, they want to hold on to power with every single fiber of their being. You know, you could see this. I was talking to Corey recently. What rational explanation is there for the government intelligence gathering that we're doing on our own population? Now, if you believe the terror line, maybe, all right. But what, like the rotten little evil subjects are going to rise up and take power? I mean, if I was at the top, that's really the only rational explanation I could think. But it's funny to me, because if I came to you and I said, now I need to take some of your money to make your life better, and I need to regulate your business to ensure that everyone's life is better, and need to restrict your freedom for your own safety, you would call me crazy, but we let the government just get away with it. And now Raw Dog came up with a video recently where he's like, you know, the government, I've come full circle, it's doing what it needs to keep everything going. And I would say that's just for them, man. Just for them, because, you know, taxing production, subsidizing poverty, it's not good for a population in general. Do you know what I mean? Like, if everyone was driving a Mercedes and everyone had a house, but we were just an immoral, just rotten society, is that better? Is that better than a tribal community that's living a peaceful existence and have a higher quality of life? It's just something to ponder, and the need for power. And I can't really say, I mean, I guess, you know, if power does corrupt, I can't say how I would act if I was at the top and one of these people. I'd probably want to hold on to power too, but I would like to think that there are some people out there, you know, Ron Paul being one of them, that really do have the needs of the people in mind. Very few and far between have people like this come around in history. I don't know, it's just, I don't really know what the point of this video is. It's just kind of me just venting on stuff that I've been pondering recently. So, as for the collapse question, when does the economic collapse happens? Whenever it happens for you, I guess. You know, my economy partially collapsed in 2006, and I've been holding on to whatever I can since then. And it hasn't been bad. I mean, there hasn't been a huge loss in the quality of life. It's just different. But I think that as we enter this thing, there is going to be a massive loss in the quality of life for a lot of people. And it doesn't need to be that way. That's the thing. It's really, the government is the root of all evil and the root of all problems. And not to say that anarchy would solve everything, but it's looking pretty appealing as opposed to what we have now. Alright, guys.